Recognizing the severity of the issue, it became apparent that something was seriously wrong with my mother-in-law, especially when none of her own children had anything positive to say about her. The situation went beyond family, extending to her entire circle of friends. Even her daughter-in-law described her as a living nightmare. In the midst of this challenging dynamic, I, Ava, had a unique opportunity to confront and end their toxic behavior. The backdrop to this tale lies in the relationship between my husband, Liam, and me. We first connected during college, bonding over our shared knowledge of Russian, Liam, a native speaker, and myself, having acquired it as a hobby due to my multilingual abilities. Our relationship flourished, and within a month I was certain that I wanted to be with this exceptional man. As the years passed and we graduated, Liam and I reached the stage where marriage was on the horizon. Sensing the need to prepare me for what lay ahead, Liam decided to give me a heads up about his mother, Camilla. Despite the excellent progress in our relationship, Liam felt it was important for me to know more about his family. This thoughtful gesture marked a crucial moment as we approached the topic of marriage. How about we plan to meet up with them? I'm excited to finally meet our dinner companions, James and Emma, from our graduation. However, I must warn you, Ava, my mom is not the easiest person to get along with. It's not that she's abusive, but she tends to be self-obsessed. I fear she might say or do something that could offend you. Oh, how bad can it be? Maybe you're overthinking this. I'll be fine, you reassure. Ava, you don't understand. She's not a very good person. She's been nasty towards Emma as well. I guess she feels threatened when a woman joins the family. She's used to being the matriarch. James and I are still in contact because she depends on us, and we can't abandon our mom. Back then, I sort of didn't believe Camilla could be so bad. Liam had told me a lot about his mom, but I believed people couldn't be so vile. Even Emma and James had shared stories about Camilla's obnoxious behavior. Everything became clear when I finally met her. At our first meeting, it was evident that Camilla was a vain woman. She asked, "So Ava, tell me a little bit about yourself. I have no idea why my son fancied someone who isn't Russian. My sons are disappointments to me anyway. But I was counting on Liam to find me a good daughter-in-law. The first one is a joke about a woman." I couldn't help but question, "Excuse me, why would you say that about your sons and Emma?" "Because it's true. She's an infertile person. I can't believe my son hasn't divorced her yet. But then again, my sons tend to annoy me. Since you're here, I assume marriage has been talked about. We are planning to get engaged. Mom, it won't be long. I'm stuck with this foolish girl for the rest of my life. Great. Is this meeting over? I have a spa date with my friends. Meeting this woman for the first time was shocking. She displayed no respect, not only towards me but also her own family. It was utterly ridiculous. What was even more astonishing was the fact that her sons were providing for her, yet she spent her money freely. Despite their support, she continued to label them disappointments. It was clear to me from the start that having a relationship with Camilla would be a disaster. When Liam eventually proposed, I voiced my concerns. "Liam, I don't have a good feeling about Camilla. She's a vile woman. Your mom is the worst. How can you still have a relationship with her?" "I can't help it, Ava. She's my mom, my only parent. If I don't take care of her, she'll have no one. I was hoping she would eventually change her ways." "Honestly, Liam, I don't even want to be around her. I'm worried she would be a negative presence in our lives." "Don't worry, Ava. If she tries anything with you, I won't tolerate it. I know my boundaries." I trusted his words. Liam loved me deeply, and I was confident he would protect me if necessary. However, after our wedding, Camilla's presence became a significant problem. She incessantly made Emma and me work for her, demanding our assistance whenever James and Liam were occupied. Her constant berating became overwhelming for both of us. James and Liam struggled to say no to her, and Emma and I, lacking parents, went the extra mile to salvage our relationship. Everything took a turn when I discovered something even more disturbing about Camilla. She had weekly lunch meetings with her friends, initially thought to be innocent gatherings. However, during a visit to her house to retrieve documents for Liam, I overheard a conversation that revealed the true nature of these meetings. As I left with the documents, I couldn't help but overhear their conversation in Russian. They said, "Why did you let Ava in, Camilla?" "Oh, don't mind her. She's a dumb girl and doesn't know Russian. She says she does, but I know she's lying. Ava is super pretentious. You should have seen how fat she looked in a bikini on her recent trip. I swear a whale would look better. It would be a shame to be seen with her." "Ew, really? These women knew nothing about decency. Camilla continued, "My daughters-in-law are the same. She dresses like a cheap woman. The last time she showed me clothes, I went and threw them out. She cried for days, and it made me so happy. God, they do deserve our little punishments. I taught Emma a good lesson last time. I added almonds to her food, knowing she's allergic. I lied and said I didn't know. I don't know why she survived. She can't even have kids. So what's the point of her being alive?" The conversation took a darker turn as they discussed leaking embarrassing pictures of one daughter-in-law and contemplating starving another. The depth of their malicious intentions was alarming, and it solidified my realization that Camilla's toxicity ran deeper than I could have imagined. I considered trying the same approach with Ava. That girl needs to be put in her place for a day or two, though I doubt that will help. I can understand why her parents decided to escape from her. I would have done the same if I had such an ugly daughter. These girls think they are better than us. It's good we punish them when necessary. Someone needs to keep them under control and show them their place. These were the discussions that Camilla and her friends had every day. They spoke even more vile things and plotted evil schemes against their daughters-in-law. Camilla went as far as making fun of me by mentioning my deceased parents, making me sick to my stomach. Thinking quickly, I took out my phone and started recording. Quietly, I left the house without them knowing. I couldn't bear to be there any longer. Their discussions left me both sickened and furious. I felt like crying my eyes out. These people were horrible. I had no idea a group of old ladies could be so vile and cruel. The things they continued to say disgusted me. I was furious at Camilla and the other women. They had no shame in plotting and scheming against their daughters-in-law. They took great joy in the suffering of their daughters-in-law. I was furious and wanted to reveal their true faces to everyone, so I devised a plan. Realizing that all the sons and daughters-in-law needed to be informed about the clandestine meetings of the old ladies, particularly since they were conducted in Russian, I, being the only non-Russian among them, hatched a plan. Without divulging the details to my husband, I casually suggested organizing a barbecue for everyone. Simultaneously, I discreetly met with Emma to share the shocking truth. "Emma, there's something I need to tell you. Do you know about those weekly lunch meetings Camilla attends?" I asked. "Yes, what about them? Were you allowed to join in?" Emma inquired. "Technically, no. I went home to get some documents and they let me in. I guess they thought I wouldn't understand their discussion. Camila doesn't know that I learned Russian years back. I recorded their conversation for you." Upon playing the recording for Emma, her eyes widened and she grew visibly upset. By the end of the recording, she was ready to confront someone. Unsure of whom, she exclaimed, "What the hell were they thinking? I always thought she was having a friendly get-together. She lives on our money but has no problem talking about us. Believe me, Emma, I cannot comprehend the freaking audacity of these women. I only recorded parts of the conversation. They said much worse things." Emma, equally appalled, insisted on revealing the truth immediately. However, I proposed a different strategy, saying, "No need to tell anyone right now, Emma. I'm planning a party very soon. I want you to invite all the sons and daughters-in-law. Make sure they show up no matter what. We will give these women a taste of their own medicine." Emma and I collaborated on the plans, determined to expose the deceitful machinations of Camilla and her friends. While Emma made calls to inform multiple people about the party, I reached out to those I knew personally. The invitation strategically omitted any mention of the conversations with the mother-in-law, merely requesting their presence. The attendees remained oblivious to what awaited them. Camilla, along with her friends, received an invitation to which she remarked, My, Ava, it's been a week since you came back from vacation, and you're already planning a party. I see that you are hell-bent on landing my son in debt." Both Liam and I clarified that the costs were being split, with even Emma contributing. Camilla continued, "Who needs enemies when you have daughters-in-law like mine? I guess I'll see both of my sons on the street in no time." To this, I retorted, "Well, who knows? One of us might end up on the street very soon. For now, we expect to see you at the party. All your friends are invited, and I'll inform them after you confirm." Camilla reluctantly agreed, saying, "Oh, at least I'll have someone to talk to. Okay then, I will be there." With Camilla's confirmation, Liam and I proceeded to invite all her friends, even those who didn't attend the lunch meetings. It was essential for everyone to witness the true nature of Camilla and her group. All the invitations were answered, and everyone showed up for the party. Everything was arranged, and I was merely waiting for the perfect opportunity. As people mingled and enjoyed themselves, Camilla and her group secluded themselves in a corner, gossiping about something. I had a good guess about the subject, especially since they deliberately kept away from the rest of the guests to ensure their conversation remained private. Once everyone had gathered on my lawn, I took center stage with a rented microphone. Yes, I am that extra. Addressing the assembled guests, I began. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my barbecue party. I've put a lot of effort into organizing this event, and I'm grateful that all of you made time for me. Now that everyone is here, I want to share the real reason why you were all called here. Please listen carefully. I promise you won't be disappointed. I continued. We all know that Camilla and her friends enjoy arranging these fabulous lunch meetings on weekdays. However, the content of their discussions has always been a mystery to us, until now. I recently had a rare chance to eavesdrop on one of their meetings, and let me tell you, all Camilla and her friends do is berate their daughters-in-law and plot against them. Denying the accusations, Camilla interjected, "That's not true at all. We never make fun of our daughters-in-law. Why would you say such a thing? You don't even know Russian. How did you understand what we said?" Smirking, I responded, "You have a habit of underestimating me, Camilla. I did tell you that I understand Russian very well. You always thought I was bluffing. Well, spoiler alert, I wasn't bluffing at all." Camilla protested. "That is impossible. You're talking about us and insulting us. You have no proof of your horrible claims." With confidence, I declared, "Well, I do have proof of your nasty activities, Camilla. People..." I'm about to play a revealing recording of Camilla and her group during one of their lunch meetings. You can listen and decide for yourself, I announced. Switching on my phone, I played the recording through the microphone, causing a swift shift in the atmosphere. Curiosity turned into anger among my guests, and they were ready to explode. The recorded conversations of the mothers-in-law were appalling. Glancing at Liam and James, both wore expressions of intense anger. When the recording concluded, chaos erupted. Sons and daughters-in-law unleashed their fury, verbally confronting their mothers. Even James and Liam berated Camilla, questioning her sanity for engaging in such discussions at their home. Liam confronted his mother. "What the hell is this, Mom? Are you out of your mind? Is this what you do with your friends at my house?" Camilla, attempting to deflect blame, pleaded with Liam. "Listen to me, son. This is all a trap. I had no idea Ava speaks and understands Russian. This was all a setup. Please believe me. This is one of the most ridiculous things I've heard today." James intervened, countering, "Everyone knows Ava speaks Russian. You are the one who refused to believe her and mocked her for it." Ava, standing her ground, retorted, "Don't paint me as a monster. I'm not like this, son. I was just venting to my friends. Ava has no right to air our dirty laundry like this." In disbelief, Liam responded, "How dare you try to justify your behavior? You told everyone about the issues we go through. You were the one who started this. What is wrong with you? You have some nerve making fun of us, Camilla. I can't fathom why I tolerated your behavior. How did you think it was acceptable to mock my infertility, body shame Stella, and gossip about her?" Camilla desperately attempted to justify herself to her sons, but each mother-in-law found themselves cornered by their enraged sons and berated by their daughters-in-law. It turned into a chaotic scene, but these toxic women deserved every bit of it. James and Liam refused to listen to Camilla's explanations. They declared, "We won't forget or forgive what you've done. We've endured your behavior long enough. I'll stand up for my wife and protect her. We are done with you, Mom. Don't bother showing your face again. Consider your monthly allowance gone. You don't deserve my money. And you too, Mom. I'll stop giving you money, James. Enough is enough." Camilla went into a complete meltdown, screaming and crying as her friends mirrored her distress. In the end, all of them were promptly expelled. The remaining guests gathered and decided to salvage the evening, making the most of the barbecue party despite the circumstances. Grateful men and their wives approached me, thanking me for informing them. They expressed their gratitude for being liberated from the toxicity. I couldn't keep this information to myself. After the party concluded, I felt the need to apologize to Liam and James. I approached them saying, "Liam, James, I'm sorry for revealing things so publicly. I wanted everyone to know at once, and you confronting them individually might have messed things up. I didn't want to give them time to cook up something." Liam responded, "No, Ava, you don't have to apologize. We already understand why you and Emma didn't come to us first. To be honest, we were in denial when you and Emma complained about Mum. We needed this wake-up call. This needed to be done publicly. Who knows what they could have cooked up in their next meeting?" James added, "Don't worry, guys. From now on, things will change. We meant what we said. Liam and I won't support Mom anymore. She can figure things out on her own." We continued talking for the rest of the night, and it got so late that I asked James and Emma to stay over. The next day, Camilla showed up at our house banging on the door and hurling insults at me. She likely thought I was alone since I worked from home. Imagine her surprise when her two very angry-looking sons opened the door. It was like adding fuel to the fire, and Camilla turned on the waterworks again. As Emma and I laughed heartily, Camilla attempted to win back her sons. Unfortunately for her, James and Liam remained resolute, closing the door in her face. In the days that followed, Camilla made desperate attempts to reconcile with her sons. She even approached Emma and me, seeking our help, but we dismissed her with laughter, telling her to go to hell. As the months passed, Camilla faced the harsh reality that her sons were serious about not providing financial support. She lamented to everyone about the threat of losing her house, as her landlord considered eviction. When she reached out to us, we simply ignored her, suggesting she find a job. Now, over 6 months since the incident, we've learned that Camilla is residing with her sister in a different state. While reluctant to take her in, her sister gave her an ultimatum to find a job. Camilla, however, seems to be making excuses, and it remains uncertain how long her sister will tolerate her presence. In the aftermath, Camilla's friends also faced serious consequences for their actions. Some were removed from their sons' homes, while others severed ties or had no contact. The group disbanded as blame circulated for the fiasco. At this point, I no longer concern myself with their fate. Liam and I have returned to a peaceful life, free from Camilla's constant criticism of our every move.